Yo, girls and guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Celebration is in order. We got the big PB. Got it sooner than expected. I kind of had a feeling like I might get it something lucky, but I didn't think it was going to be that lucky, so. And, on the plus side, too, I was feeling a little bit of cathartic. A little bit, you know, when you win something and and the big victory is over, you kind of feel a little bit like you're happy about it, but also like a little bit sad about it. But just in the right time, or just in the nick of time, I guess. The new controller I ordered, the bubble box, is coming in, so at least they said it is. It's like the worst weather of the year. It's like was super snowy just a little bit ago, so there's still like snow everywhere, but now it's like freezing rain all day, so if the mailman can get that thing here in one piece today still, I'm gonna be happy. Even if I have to wait until tomorrow, that's cool. There's like a bunch of issues with my order, like just unfortunate stuff. Like it came from California, and California was like having this really bad snowstorm and stuff. But it's kind of funny how it all worked out, because I was like worried I wasn't gonna get a nice time on the box at the game or whatever on the game. A nice NMG time. Whenever I talk, I'm trying to like not say shit that normal people wouldn't know, but then I have to completely nerd out to explain it to the people who know what the fuck I'm talking about. Might as well just be nerdy all the time. That's my conclusion most of the time. Should have just don't dumb yourself down and just be a nerd. Like an unapologetic nerd. Super nerd, handsome asshole doucher. That's what everyone should be. Girls, guys. Doesn't matter. Animal. When the dogs and like the cats are like Monka in the family, and they like, if they had like glasses, they would be like adjusting them precisely, but they don't have glasses. But yeah, I didn't really feel like making a video, but then I seen that controller was coming in. I thought it was going to take like another 5 days or some shit, but the USPS is kind of crazy, or all the shipping companies are fucking crazy. Sometimes they go from like California to Wisconsin in like one on Sunday, you know what I mean? On the day that they don't ship. Or they don't deliver, I guess. They'd be shipping though. I remember when you were a kid, sometimes you'd have to wait, like, you buy stuff from Amazon and you have to wait like a month. Bought a video game for GameCube on Amazon, it took a month to ship. Wasn't anything weird about it too, it was just a normal English copy, American copy. Nowadays, you can order from small sellers on like eBay and Etsy and like random places by Fiverr and like get shit delivered, like, it's kind of crazy actually. You're like, it's hard to even like be sad that you have to wait for what you're ordered, because you don't have to wait very long. But I'm hoping setting up that controller goes smoothly, so I can just like not have to stress out about that for like 3 hours, learning everything. Because it's not like, you know, it's not like a first party like brand name controller. But I think that the seller seems pretty good about sharing the info and for the firmware on the controller and stuff, and info about the whatever sort of brick board he has in there and stuff. Keyboard, little keyboard circuit board thing. I don't know. I'm not sure what's in there. I think he made them for Smash Bros. Players, but I don't tell him, but I don't play Smash Bros. Anymore. I would need the right, like a, sort of like a, what's that one Kung Fu Kid movie? What the fuck is that shit called? I don't remember what it's called. I need like a little Eye of the Tiger montage, you know? Where I'm like waxing on and waxing off some people's butthole. For mad money with some like Asian women who barely... That's the weird boy. I can't do it. Horrible accent. Could have been funny if I could do an accent. I could do them sometimes, like on this, you know, sometimes you're just in like the zone and you're hitting them, and then other times it's like, oh wait, I would actually need to practice if I wanted to make this little sketch that I'm making up randomly for no reason. This little dumbass comedy sketch. Maybe that's why they call it a sketch. It's like, well, I didn't really know how that one was going to finish, but I knew I was onto something. Didn't work out, but could probably refine it into a funny joke, you know? If I really... That'd be... But then it's like... I don't think I ever did that in my life because I was like, that's kind of cool and everything, but... I kind of just... would rather not care that much, you know? If you missed a funny, you missed a funny. Ooh, saddy boo boo. You don't gotta be perfect all the time, you know what I mean? Try again next time there's an opportunity, sort of thing. But hey, I don't know. Maybe the other way is good too. Searching for the humor more. But yeah, I'm gonna try to like grind on that bubble box today and hump it and stuff. No, but I'm hoping like, and if I can try to like finesse like massive skill on the thing, and in one day or 1 or 2 days if I play my cards right. Who knows? Might take a week or two before I'm comfortable on it. Thinking about changing my controls too, because having like a finger that's always sitting on your menu button and is scary. Even on your, it kind of sucks having a, like it's nice to have when you need to item dash and stuff, but then it's also like every single time you have the mirror, you're just like deathly afraid that you're gonna accidentally press down on the mirror button and fuck your whole run up. And that's almost not worth it, right? Because then, anytime, now that you start getting good runs, anytime you're actually on a good run, it's like rare and it's hard to get runs at those paces, you know? So it's like, then you really don't want to be throwing shit away because you're like nervous about one little button press will fuck your run. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I might just YOLO and try to keep learning. And if I make the rare mistake, hopefully it's just rare. Look what he's doing, dude. He's better at that trick in the run than he was in practice. That's how it be, though. Gotta be all warmed up the last 20 minutes before this had to go exactly. Or near exactly how you wanted it to go. He said he does that strat because he doesn't like dealing with those worms, and I agree, that room is troll as fuck. And there's a good chance that you're at that room with 1 heart or half a heart already and you're almost dead. Those worms will actually eat you alive sometimes. Especially if you're like trying to go perfectly fast and you're not taking like a stutter step to make a decision and you're just YOLOing. You really need to fucking To get good times in this game, you need to YOLO through the whole early game, I feel like. You need to be coming out with clean fucking light worlds. Can't be having a bunch of muck on your run right in the first 30 minutes, you know what I mean? That's how it seems like for me. Like my first 70 runs were basically like, yeah, I got through some runs and I beat Dark World a couple times and got some okay time. But it's mostly just like me battling Light World and then just holding it together through Dark World, straining myself to do that. And then by the end of it all, on the first actual decent Light World I got a good PB and my best time ever, so it's kind of funny. I would have been okay getting that time like 2 weeks from now, honestly. I wasn't trying to have to run against that shit already, you know. This shit's like a minute off from my golds. It kind of feels baller, but also kind of feels like, why are my golds that bad? Like, am I missing? I think I'm missing like a minute in Ganon's Tower, and I don't even know. Like, I thought it was a decent goal, but actually, I'm just missing like a minute and 30 seconds in Ganon's Tower and Ganon if you combine. That's the only explanation. Well, maybe it's not that much, but I mean... And then I hit the torch room in Ganon's Tower, and I've done that room every time, never messed it up. Tried to do it fast. And this run, and of course my best run ever, I mess it up. Like, fuck. That was a big loss. But yeah, at this point, I'm just basically trying to get my golds up to like a 127 level and then seeing what kind of time I can get, maybe like a 129 or so at the highest. Trying to get a good time without getting overly stressed.
That's pretty slow.
Trying to finesse a good time, I guess. With a lot of planning. I don't even like play that much. I just like plan and plan and plan and research. And it helped a lot with this PB for some reason. So like at some point I'm going to be on the box, feeling comfy and play good for and that's all that I need to do. Didn't matter if the 20 runs before that all pretty much sucked.
I don't know why.
All that mattered was I was heavily researched and at some point I was going to be warmed up and play good, you know? Now I'm like nervous to do more runs because I know I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be like, unless I get really lucky or practice really good, I feel like it's gonna be a struggle to run against some of these new times I'm about to get. These last couple of minutes of time save are gonna be like my last hoorah for a while on this category and this game and everything. That PB sort of like sealed the deal. I was like, I wasn't sure how good of a time I was gonna go for, but if I can get that run, it's like might as well get a better goal time that I wanted a long time ago, you know?
Hey, Symbol. How are the runs going? Shit. They're terrible. I need to get lucky or I lose. But it's also fine. I kinda just want to play the game for now.
Troll. I never even seen that. Maybe back in the day. But yeah, that's my little commentary. I'm excited about the bubble box.
Maybe I just pressed the inputs too fast.
Oh, and I'm gonna be learning that other category probably today. I don't know how hard it's gonna be, so, and how much of a like a route change it's gonna be, because it might be a bit of a commitment. It's not really, for me, it's not a good idea just to switch routes every other run, you know. Like to pick a route and run it for a little bit until I feel like I made some decent progress, I guess.
I thought I hit him. I guess I did.
Until I took that next step I was trying to take, I guess. I gotta learn that strat too. I wonder why he grabbed that heart, I guess for this room, but then he didn't even need it.
No, I'm not. Nothing I've done is fast.
But it could have been a good time save if, I guess if he had, yeah. Probably saves quite a bit if you do it perfect. Maybe even like 2 seconds. As opposed to going up and having to slash all the red guards up close and clank on their swords and all this dumb shit. Make you look like you don't even know how to do the room or something. But actually, that's pretty much the best thing you can do at that point if you don't have sword beams.
Desert's, like, fine, but Desert's an easy split. Nothing goes wrong. You just have to do the rooms. Don't get fucked.
I still want to see, like, another 2D Zelda game that's made, like, this game and Minish Cap sort of fused together, but then it's, like, the Wind Waker Link. I feel like that game would be bomb. They fucked everything up with those stupid-ass fucking DS Zelda games. Because wasn't that the same Link or something? I don't even know what Link was in that game. But they should just forget about those dog shit games. Like, pretend they never existed and then make something that's, like, Wind Waker, but it's, like,
Well, I don't feel so bad anymore.
in a 2D game. That shit would be sick. I guess they're stuck on all their, like, Switch era of games, you know? That's what it seems like, because they made that Kirby game, and now they're making the sequel to Zelda, and it's gonna be, like... Actually, we don't know. They didn't show too much of the game, so... I guess we don't know how much of it's gonna be like Breath of the Wild, but my guess is gonna be way more like Breath of the Wild than it's gonna be like Twilight Princess, you know? It's not like they're ever gonna fucking... They're always, like, so one-track minded at Nintendo, I feel like. Whatever they're doing, they're gonna do it. Whether it's good or not. Just gonna keep doing that. And I feel like that's what they do, and it's fucking stupid. At least Zelda is a good game, you know? I don't really feel like it's a Zelda game when I'm playing it. And it almost doesn't even need the title of Zelda, but whatever. I like Nintendo's take on Oblivion and Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know what you want to call it. I mean Skyrim and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, super warm, and it snowed a bunch last night.
Wasn't there like another game that was similar? I don't remember. Or that like Souls games too. It has like some elements from Souls games. Or whatever you want to call them, character action third-person adventure games with RPG elements. Like, it was more like that genre than it was like Zelda, you know what I mean? Oh, like Witcher. It was kind of like Witcher 3. I don't know if Witcher 3 came out before Zelda. I can't even remember. I have no clue. I think that was the other one I was thinking of. They're all kind of, you know, Skyrim, Witcher, Oblivion, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Which one of those sounds stupid, right? Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of sounds fucking stupid. Low-key, it's probably the best one out of all those games, though. Or in some ways, at least.
How do you know? What? The marijuana? Because you can't make sentences. You haven't typed more than 3 words.
That's how I feel about it. Some people might like the name, but I don't know.
Why is it so slow? It did get a lot of lag, but it also had a lot of bad movement.
I just wonder what, like, Nintendo's inevitable next Zelda project is gonna be, you know? Like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Link in space, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are they doing next? Link in America. Wearing a Nintendo Switch shirt and he, like, meets up with Mario and the gang. Eats a couple toadstools and has a funky trip or something. Like, I don't know. Link the movie. Like, they're gonna do some douchey shit, bro. Nintendo the movie.
I forgot where...
Wreck-It Ralph 2, 3 Nintendo editions. Some, like, stupid-ass bullshit. With Link. Oh, by the way, Link and Zelda are actually the stars. Nintendo's like makes like meme games now, you know? That's how I feel about them. Like getting caught by Emmys in Metroid Dread is like a fucking meme. Nintendo's like secret monka of the internet or something. I don't know. They got the most brilliant Japanese like marketing execs. Oh, Super God double bomb jump. Oh my god. Every time he does it in the middle of a run, it looks better than anyone else's best attempt. 2 buffer. I think those are essential buffers, so.
Unless I get 0 blue balls.
Perfect then, right?
And then it's still way too
I
hard.
would have got shocked by that jelly like 100% of the time, I feel like. So he's just walking, everyone else just walks this room, and I'm like sweating to like dash it and try to do it perfect, and everyone else is just walking it and getting better times than me somehow. I might have to time that. There's like so many rooms that I have to actually have to redo and just make easier on myself. That's like a big problem in my run that I never do. Like Ice Armos shouldn't feel so impossible. Like why even do runs if you know what I mean? Hinge a whole good run on something that I don't even know how to do really. I've done like one time right, you know what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with me. I always gotta make shit fucking like a stupid ass showy show. Shit that shouldn't even be that difficult and stuff. Octopath Dueler 2 is out. That looks exciting. I low-key am like hungry for some dumbass fucking pixel RPGs and oh my god, and this looks perfect. Attack, thief, item, break, vulnerabilities, not auto battle. Holy shit. I can be the menu. They should like make you. You know what would make like the best pick? Someone else probably thought of this before in the world. You like have a normal RPG like this, and then like your inputs on how fast you select shit. Like the faster you go, the more your controller rumbles. The faster you go, your character gets like boosts. You literally get like rewarded for menuing like frame perfect and shit. You know what I mean? That would just be like a nice little icing on the cake, I feel like, on one of these games. And you could like mix that in with like Mario, Paper Mario action command type bullshit. These battles look kind of weird. Maybe it's because he's like in the beginning of the game, though. I mean, it's better than Final Fantasy 2, though. It's better than other RPGs those effects are pretty cool too. And look at the animations are like cute and spunk. I like that.
That's not good. That's like statue times the 49.
Like you could criticize it for looking a little odd, but then you could also be like, what other pixel RPGs are doing it far better? There isn't really any, you know. And all the old greats look worse than this, so in my opinion. Not that I don't like how they look. I like how Final Fantasy VI looks, you know what I mean?
I'm missing a hit.
It's just, it would be cool to reimagine Final Fantasy VI or like a sequel to Final Fantasy VI with this style of art, almost, you know? Maybe a little bit more high-end because it's gonna be, it would be Square Enix, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be a banger RPG if they did, or even like a demastered Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy IX, or even like a spin-off of Final Fantasy IX. I feel like that would be so sick. And it's like demastered like this. Maybe you throw in some good old Square Enix fucking cutscenes and shit. Like, that would be fire, bro. And like, there's a, I don't know. Weren't they like making, wasn't like a Final Fantasy IX like TV show supposed to come out like 2 years ago or something, or like a year ago, or they were working on it? I don't know. Maybe I'm off on that, but I was excited for like the return of Square Enix, but they're not really delivering.
That's pop rocks. I don't know what rock candy is.
Basically,
I know it's an item on
the next Final Fantasy VII game has to be an absolute banger, you know? It has to completely blow the first one out of the water. And then the Final Fantasy 16 has to be good. And then maybe Square Enix would like win me back over, you know? But I'm gonna give those games a good shot for sure. It'd still be nice to see them like honor some more of the old Final Fantasies though. Because it's like they sort of want to do it, but next they're remaking Final Fantasy VIII in glorious super new graphics with real-time combat. And then they're doing Final Fantasy IX, and then they're going to do spin-offs of all of those games for a while. And then they're going to do Final Fantasy VI, and you know what I mean? Like, they don't tell you what's going on, so it's like, how many fucking years do I have to live to play the ones I want to play, you know what I mean? How many more decades before you guys fucking remake Final Fantasy VI and as a, you know? Because you know that shit would fucking sell like hotcakes, even if it was shit. But by golly, I want to play it even more than a Final Fantasy VII remake at this point. I like the first Final Fantasy VII remake, and I'm glad I played it. But I don't think I'd ever play it again, you know what I mean?
Been fine if it missed the spin speed. Something else is slow and I forget what.
No matter what kind of tobacco you ask for, it's illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under 21. So, remember to bring your ID. Because in Wisconsin, 21 means 21, no matter what.
Like,
This would be
I want garbage.
our dream thing.
Some shit.
I just feel like there's gonna be no way they impress us with an open world aspect or the amount of content or the feel of going across the world map. If they can somehow do all those things, like then they hooked me, you know. Those are like what I'm hinging it upon, like if I think it's gonna be the game I want it to be, you know. Then I would probably feel better about the first Final Fantasy VII remake being kind of weird in some ways, you know. If they really nailed the second one, like I think they're going for it, but I don't know. Because they haven't showed us like anything, right? And isn't that shit like coming out like this year or something? And we haven't seen like nothing on it? That's why I'm hesitant to like fanboy for that game already, you know?
I was thinking about when I walked into the room, but I forgot to practice it.
Looked like the Final Fantasy Crisis Core remake was actually playable, like you wouldn't regret playing it. It might not be your favorite game you ever played, but like if you didn't have anything pressing to play, like maybe it wouldn't be the worst waste of time, you know. And that's actually not too bad in today's day and age because gamers are like super fucking picky, you know. It's got to be like the newest and the best and somehow innovate over hundreds of other innovations that are already great, you know? People are fucking like crazy like that.
They didn't really want that to drop.
It's weird to me that like a lot of the best games out there like don't have sequels or like will never be produced for again. Like that's weird to me, you know? Like, we're probably never going to see Super Mario Sunshine 2. We're never going to see Super Mario World 3. You know what I mean? It just seems like it's like the world is brain dead or something. Like, don't you see the untapped potential? And, like, easy... Like, I feel like they could just easily make some of this shit. If some of it flops, it's like a lot of this shit was lower budget content anyway, but it has a massive fan base from the 1990s and the early 2000s, you know? And even earlier than that, too. I don't know. Kind of weird. They'd be acting like we're in 2070, but we're in 2023, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. It's like,
There's no point to play the dead run.
we're not that far away from the great games that were just made that people still play on the daily, you know? People are still playing games that are based off of those games, you know what I mean? Look at Octopath Traveler 2. I don't even like watching RPGs, but I'm already sucked in. It looks fun.
Insane.
You know what I mean?
It's totally right.
Like, when you played so many mediocre RPGs over the years and you see something good come out that gets underappreciated, and then you actually take a moment to look at it and look how it plays, and it's like, oh, that's totally the kind of game for me. What the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean?
They played off.
It's like that would be the next step after I played Bravely Default or Tales of Vesperia or some shit back in, you know what I mean? Those are some of the last RPGs I played back in like 2013 or something, back when I was a different young little lad.
Yeah, I finished the game offline. Like, I don't know why I say that I played linear or whatever.
Looks like an RPG that's all about it's all for the player, you know. Cool visuals. The gameplay can be as fast as you want it to be. Cute characters. You probably get to pick a lot of shit about your characters and stuff. I don't even know. I don't want to know yet. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to look that closely into the game. I'm just trying to glance at it to see if I would like it, and I can already tell I'm gonna like it. So, you show me a river looking that good with a secret little treasure chest off in the cloud shadow over there, and I'm like, damn, this is the shit all of us growing up who played Final Fantasy VI wanted. You know what I mean? This is like exactly what we wanted after Final Fantasy VI. And why we were so like heartbroken after that game, because guess what? We wouldn't get good RPGs like this for like another 20 years. You know what I mean? For real. Or more than that even. You know, I'm not saying there isn't some other good ones. I do know there are some good ones. I have some of them myself. It's just...
Amazed why. The Prince Misty Village, which is mid-game, but you start some other process didn't have the game.
And some people like leave like bad reviews and stuff about these kinds of games, and they're like...
Offline, I followed the guy.
So,
tired of getting lost.
disenchanted with pixel art and stuff that they don't even like...
The guides.
They wouldn't like any pixel art game, so it's like...
Guides are not
You know, I mean, you can't even listen to their opinion on that type of shit.
just put the place and how to go through that place, but there's
I don't know, I'm looking at this, and this is looking like
all the guides put
everything I've wanted after Final Fantasy VI and like Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance and stuff like that.
what the fuck.
07.
Golden Sun 2, The Lost Age, is that what it's called?
Abandoned.
I don't even remember anymore. I played through the beginning, or like the first half of that game like 8 times, and I never beat that game.
It's almost at the end. Of the
And I did this pretty much the same thing with the first Golden Sun, except I got to the last boss in the first Golden Sun.
But I guess
I can't remember if I don't think I beat it. I might have beat it. I can't remember. But yeah, I loved those games when I was a kid. Those were like, to me, those were like some of the best RPGs to play as a kid.
I had a bad time with the fucking enemies.
I mean, there were some other ones that I'm probably not thinking of, but
No, like it was.
those were the big ones for me. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, I guess you could throw that in there too, because that game was like from the same era and it fulfilled the same type of feeling and void, I guess.
The monkey's quest. I liked it. Like to find the 4 monkeys.
It almost would have been cool to get like a top-down or like sort of top-down like Zelda or like sort of Mana, but it was like made with the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance characters. Like you could have like your little elf and you could...
Like I had a
I don't know, I feel like that would be a banger game.
spend like 3 or 4 hours.
Or it was almost like Fallout where you could like
I have to say that I cheated.
battle them with the normal like grid battle system, or you can like real time them. I don't know, that'd be kind of cool.
Not to start that map.
It'd be something like what's that game called? Crosscode, like Crosscode mixed with Final Fantasy Tactics Advance or something, mixed with like Zelda. That would be so cool. I bet that would be like, if that was made even like somewhat decent, that would be a banger. Like people would talk about that as like one of the best indie games, I bet. There's like so many like easy... I should just like pitch marketing schemes to game developers. Or not just marketing schemes, but also like game ideas. Because apparently they need some fucking help. We're still playing boring ass Street Fighter 6, like... Come on. We want to play fucking 3D Bomberman in virtual reality. What are you doing, Capcom? Like, I want to hear the Bomberman Hero soundtrack blasting in like a new retro synthwave version of it through my fucking headset. I'll get lost in that world and I'll have Bomberman children and I'll never come back to society if that game was made. You know what I mean? Like, let's step it up, guys. We're making fucking Street Fighter, boring Street Fighter 6.
I like it actually.
Haijuken number 9,000, Shoryuken number 10,000.
Yeah, that's what they
Spam super after one of those moves, number 10,000. Like, that's pretty much the game. Oh, I light punched, and then I medium kicked, and then I crouched,
everything.
and then I light punched again,
Okay, so
and then I used a special move with a quarter circle back,
but I know that what
and then I spammed my super and I beat you. Haha.
hours of
I don't know. Like,
prefer to cheat, you know.
I like that shit. I'm just like, I'm happy that I think that game looks way better than almost any other Street Fighter. I'm not, you know, I'd rather play that game than Street Fighter 4 or 5,
Get more
and probably even 3 at this point. But all I'm saying is like,
to do that. Like, I don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours.
it's not the game I want, you know. I want Bomberman.
Or for
I want Mega Man.
sugar,
I want Mega Man Legends revisited.
makes
You know what I mean?
almost
I want actual games. I don't want like
so the enemies
garbage.
are very big. And I have 3. And I was fighting a boss that
I'd pay extra money. Like people would pay a premium if the games were actually like good. You know what I mean?
got the boss.
They're like, developers are like, how can we barely make this game worth $60 to idiots? And they're like, that's pretty much the standard that they're fulfilling.
Use 1 sugar. And
Most of them, anyway.
then that sugar.
This year does look pretty promising. If this year is actually good as it looks, I will fanboy some for video games in general.
I searched how to find
I will
that
simp for the video game monster.
That sugar. I could find sugar, but
Because, I mean, it's hard to deny this year is like a good year in gaming, bro. There's like, you already know, like, Resident Evil 4 is going to be good. Hades 2 is going to be great.
20 or 30 sugar, and then and I'm like, fuck it, you know.
What was that game? Armored Core? Is that coming out this year? I don't know. That'll probably be cool.
Grinding.
If FromSoft learned anything over the years.
So I use other sugars. I cheated and other sugars.
And there's like so many other little ones that there's like cool little Metroidvanias like Rune Fencer Ilia and 9 Years of Shadow and some other shit that looks really good. Hollow Knight Silk Songs are obviously going to be it. Lowest review, I already know Hollow Knight's going to be like a 9.5 out of 10, bare minimum, you know what I mean? That game's going to be sick.
They should have it.
And then if Crowsworn comes out this year too, and it's actually as good as it looks,
So that's another
that game could be an easy like 9.3 easy, you know?
place
Easy.
I mean,
So it's like, and that's just like the games off the top of my head. There's a bunch of other ones
you
too.
need the fucking confetti
There's that Bayonetta game that looks more my speed than
to those enemies, and it has like 4.
more my type of game. Although Bayonetta looks really fun. It looks,
I don't want to. Go
it's sort of that
fucking Warhammer.
open world adventure game that you want, or not open world, but like semi-open world adventure game that you want it to be, with like lots of cool gameplay variations, I guess you would call them.
Because they
I
had
don't know. I
less
don't
bosses,
understand
you know.
what you eat
So I'm excited to play that.
together, or did they come like
Wait,
that?
I really like those bosses. I like the terror. Hour.
But yeah, I'm pretty much gonna stop this video soon and get ready
And when
to
you
play
use
on
it,
the new controller.
It's really cool. Also.
But yeah, sometimes I just start thinking about all the games that are coming out, and I get lost in the fantasy of video games for like 2 hours. It just sort of happens to me.
Nobody wants to hear it.
In-
I'm not a
inside
big
the
Ethereum
castle.
person. I'm not a big
But
Dota person.
I didn't defeat it. I'm like, oof, this is kind of hard.
But if I get a good time on my new controller, the Bubble Box soon, then Bubble Box,
This is interesting.
then I'll switch over to the CRT right away.
I just noticed because after finishing,
Because that'd be kind of sick if I could finesse like 3 new good
I didn't
PBs in like
where it's called
a week or two. Like with being a lazy bastard like I am, if I can finesse that, that'd be pretty sick. And there's like potential to do that because I got a PB like 3 days ago, and then I got that super PB yesterday. If I could just get like 1 or 2 more super PBs in the next week or two, I'll be flying high, you know?
That
I'll be riding dirty,
I didn't
rolling deep
eat at the
with the crew.
I never been there.
I had to work to get rid of it.
It's
So, I don't know. I better not fuck this up. That's all I gotta tell myself, you know?
something like that. I just watched a video.
Your new phone is here. That's early, isn't it?
But yeah, fuck you Capcom, fuck you Nintendo, you guys suck.
There's all bosses, all mini bosses.
You guys are dog shit.
It's really cool. I watched the entire thing. It's really cool. But mate,
Y'all don't never make the games we want to make. Except for Resident Evil 4, I'll give you that one.
because
But it took you long enough though too, right?
they put them in a corner. So
Bumming around in the COVID days or something.
use the art attack.
So we'll give you guys that one. And if Tears of the Kingdom impresses me, then I'll give Nintendo some redemption. But until then, fuck them.
That builds a lot of stack.
The fact that I haven't played a 2D Zelda game in like a new one in like 2 decades or something is ridiculous. Like, what do you want people to come here, fall in love with one of your easy to make things, and then you're just never gonna make it again and let them die 30 years, 40 years, 50 years later?
And
Sad that they never got a sequel to their favorite game ever. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically what Nintendo does to people. They're like succubuses of the gaming industry. They steal your soul when you're a child, and then they leave you thirsting for their pussy for the rest of their life, and they never give you the pussy.
Hide the fact that it's high in sugar.
jumping and throwing.
That's Nintendo, and that's Capcom in a nutshell.
Scripted.
They busted your gamer load when you were a youngster,
He's gonna die.
and then they never returned to help you come again
Sword waves.
and have a good time, you know?
Times that, but that's it.
And that's fucked up. That's like the worst thing you can do to people, because they're hustling you, they're taking your money. It's not a video game, it's a glory hole. Super Mario World was a cesspool of sadness.
I didn't have the last one.
Because the second you beat the game and you got this horrifying feeling in the back of your throat that you would never play that game again. And there would never be a sequel. And there never was.
I think it's good to
And Mario Maker is garbage. Mario ROM hacks are actually cooler than that.
But the game. Oh my.
Kind of sad that Nintendo, in their best efforts, even with a second game, couldn't one-up ROM hacks. Fucking pathetic.
I don't think cereals
But the game is really good.
And
I like.
you can't play the shit on PC, so have fun playing with your stupid-ass Nintendo gamepad. Not your keyboard, not your box controller that you want to play with.
I don't know. I felt like story-wise, I think it makes more sense. Like Sekiro makes.
Alright, I'm done shit talking those big companies, but they deserve it.
You can follow the story.
They deserve it, and so does Square Enix too. There isn't even one company that like is massive, has massively impressed me basically since the GameCube. Since Halo 3 was like the last game that massively impressed me, is how is for how fun it was, the value proposition for how fun it was, how deep the skill was. Halo 3 was the last game, you know. Fortnite did it for a little bit, but that game flopped like a big floppy tuna fish. Got overran by desperate 12-year-olds as well. So that game got trashed by multiple things. And that's basically it. Since then, like, the funnest shit has been, like, me finding old things that were people have been doing for decades, like speedrunning Zelda games and Mario games and stuff. Playing indie retro games and retro games and indie games and all this shit, you know? All that shit has been more rewarding and more fun and more skill building than fucking first party douche games, you know what I mean? And I've played most of the first party douche games. They're just all the same. They're all like hallway simulators that are made for like automaton non-gaming robots to, and they have a bunch of eye candy and boob candy, you know? They're all like the same fucking shit. Big, muscly, veiny men with beards.
6 or 7 weeks, and I told myself I was going to stop, or at least take a break on St. Patrick's Day, but I don't even know if I want to do
This
that.
one is really good.
Oh, I go that way? I think I didn't walk far. Dang, that was bad. I think I didn't walk far enough.
Your character's a 50.
Kratos went from the god of war to the god of YouTube. You know what I mean? He's like, Kratos went from the god of war to Logan Paul's younger brother.
Okay. That's really good.
He went from the god of war to a mini half-your Bjornsson. Like, I don't know what they were doing with that guy. And that's actually a good game. You know what I mean? Even the good games are fucking memes of themselves. Their former self. They're memes of their former glory. I could make a YouTube channel dedicated to that and just like make a bunch of trash talking videos, and it probably would do better than anything else I've ever done in my life. That's how fucking pathetic this planet is. One person who realized how shit the gaming company is and actually can describe them in a humorous and eloquent way opens up your fucking third eye, douchey.
And to be honest,
Opens up your douche eye.
the true ending, in theory, they go to the west. Like,
People are slomping around outside. What are they slomping about?
Kuro, but Kuro is inside Emma.
It's almost smoothie time, that's what I'm saying.
To the west, because in theory there is where that dragon power. Mate, don't tell me what the fuck. Mate, I thought you.
It's gonna be kind of weird to retire this box controller for a while. I've been using this thing like crazy. I don't even like ever since I got the box controller, my life's been a blur.
I already saw everything and you played everything, etc. So, you know. Okay.
And then it just like cuts to like a Shrek montage of like me falling in love with the box controller with some like cheesy rock song that I should be able to sing for you right now, but I'm brain dead.
Have you seen?
Hey now, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna sing it. I refuse. I have little ruse to catch up to. I have my pooches to sing to. I can't be singing to you guys. I'm a pooch lover. I always was like a one dog guy growing up, but now I love the dogs, you know? I'm out there for the dogs. If it's a half decent roo, I'm about that roo, you know? And I like cats too. I just never really had a cat in my life.
Probably should.
Keck W.
Maybe I just won't like
A Kappa troll face. Omega lol. Super douche. Oh my god, laser. All your bases belong to my cock. I am the Numa Numa Internet Age. You just like start fusing with the fucking universe. Or your like brain like turns into the internet and then you just die.
About the combat system because everyone was praising it, and
I was once a human and now I am but a 1 or a 0.
it relates more on parties, but
And on a good day I'm a 1.
you can't deny
And on a bad day I'm a 0.
to roll constantly.
Could have been a good meeting.
I'm probably gonna take it slow
Don't worry about it.
on that bubble box at first the more I think about it. Like, yeah, I want to get a good time, but it would also be kind of fun just to play random games on it
Nutritional facts of
a little bit too, so that
the other milks that I don't even know what
it's not all sweaty work, try hard bullshit, you know?
to consume them.
Could just chill and have fun too.
And like I still wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't just drink milk. Well, I don't want.
I don't know, everyone else looks at them like they're Smash Bros. Controllers, or they're like, what the fuck is that thing? And I'm just like, don't you guys see the potential here? This is like the perfect device to play any 2D game. And then you could just play all your 2D games with this. And then you can have your other grip on normal controllers, or mouse and keyboard, or both. And then by doing so, you can play the maximum number of video games without fucking up your hands. And actually, playing on all those devices, I would argue, makes you better overall.
To play Bloodborne.
I would argue that vastly. Like learning mouse and keyboard and learning Fortnite and learning Elite controllers. I say all that stuff helped me a lot with just like getting better at a normal controller. Helped me get better at Halo 3 somehow, and helped, even though I thought I couldn't really get better, and it helped me get better at stuff like Dark Souls. Clawing the controller and using the controller for any game that requires clawing and stuff like that.
No, not Armored Core.
Fortnite helped with the clawing too. Other games, there were some other games I would claw for, I can't remember.
Because he's from Ohio. Not exactly.
Never really thought I would be a claw player, but I guess I kind of am because I played a lot of games claw. I don't play Halo claw, but I don't think you should either. It doesn't work for every game. It's not, you know. If it's fucking with your aiming mechanics, it doesn't really. It's not gonna work for that game if that's required, you know.
Don't to kill this guy. Otherwise, it's almost impossible.
But if it doesn't really matter, and you can aim good enough, then claw can be really fun and a different way to play games. I think I didn't even notice I was doing it, but I played all of Dark Souls 1 and 2 and 3 with claw. I don't remember when I noticed that I was clawing the whole. You know what I mean? It's sort of like back when you played games on the Super Nintendo and you had to like move your fingers around weird sometimes to like press 2 buttons at once or do something.
Already ruined.
You need to throw.
Or like press the menu button while you're speedrunning or something.
Otherwise, it's impossible. But
Be like taking your finger off of
like a lot.
anything else.
That's required for the speedrun actually, and it's only 50% chance or something.
And I guess a lot of speedrunners and probably just like somewhat sweaty like retro game players, they might not even be speedrunners, probably claw and shit. On the old controllers, like the Super Nintendo controller and like the Sega controllers, maybe, I don't know.
Check in the speedrun that if you are aggressive,
It's weird to think that there was like a whole
good, you know?
like what the fuck is a Sega? You know what I mean? Like
So if you are aggressive,
growing up, like I didn't know what the fuck a Sega was. What's a Sega?
didn't do as many.
Like I had the idea that there was other things, but it didn't really click to me that there was actually
Oh yeah.
other consoles to buy. I don't know. It was weird. I grew up and there was a Super Nintendo and there was a Nintendo and that's what there was, you know.
To go to the left now.
That's what I liked and that's what there was. We didn't quite have all the games, but also it was hard to know what all the best games for your kids were going to be at that point, you know. This is much easier 20 years later. You can easily find 20, 30, 40 Super Nintendo or retro games in general that
Okay.
you'd be like, I didn't even know that existed, and that actually looks kind of like my kind of game, you know?
Now we do this.
So I always thought that was kind of cool. That's how I felt about Mario RPG when I finally figured out it wasn't a shitty game. I remember like looking at pictures of it and I was like, that game looks like shit. And then I finally played it and I was like, oh, this is like the first good RPG that was ever made. Fun. I'm just mostly eating up time until I get my new controller, if you can't tell. I've been like hounding for this controller for some reason.
I think it's optional. It's called Orin something. Orin the what or something. Like a spirit.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a mini workout though, because I haven't been working out since I started speedrunning. So I'll probably do that in a little bit.
Some fantasy of the secret thing. We won't stand for it. It's so fucking disgusting. The I don't know how it's called, like the monk.
I fucked up my arrow. I wasn't supposed
Like
to.
before.
I always notice like when there's too many options in life, like sometimes it's better just to like mentally decide to not even like pick what to do and you just do things. You know what I mean?
The fucking centipede. They're like.
Because the second you start picking, you start fantasizing about some perfectly schemed out life that works perfectly, and you happen to do every single habit perfect. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't even know if anyone actually lives like that, or if that's just like a lie, basically. And then I wake up again, or like I snap to it again, and I'm like, shit, I just need to do shit, man. Like,
Maybe I'm dumb and forgot. Oh no.
I need to clean out my pussy. There's a bunch of cum in it.
Not at all. Especially not spiders or centipedes, you know? Those are the worst for me. And the fact that the
Just need to do shit. That'd be like a stupid catchphrase for like my dumbass business. I just need to do shit.
like the worst thing.
Like some stupid ass word pun that is like the lamest thing ever, but for some reason it's kind of funny.
Against, like in the monk place where there's those, how do you call it? They are not cockroaches, but
Centipede's kind of a dick.
they are black.
He's the biggest RNG part of the speedrun.
RNG. You can't even say some of these words without sounding like a fucking nerd. NMG.
How they are called.
RNG. Landmillas. People are like, what do you call my mom?
I never played Mega Man X2 until I was
Yeah.
an adult. I played
Black crickets. Yeah. But they look, but they are black and they are giant and they look like cockroaches.
Up in my dick.
No matter what.
No. I don't listen to ads. I do not listen to ads. Ah, there's ads everywhere. Okay, here. Our one safe haven from ads. Ah, there's an ad on the screen. There's ads everywhere, bro. I've looked at so many ads over the years, I'm just like so fucking done with it. If I see an ad, I'm like mad. I'm like actually irate, super mad. Like, get the fuck out of my screen. Like, I'm about to rage. the YOLO hold your nutsack dash. And he clutched up. That's like the hardest thing to do sometimes. Because sometimes it's just free and you go flying past the enemy, and sometimes you bonk and you get hurt and it ruins your run. And you have to like... oh my god. Do all this finagling in this dungeon too. Because you got hit.
There's no paths to upgrades in that level.
I'm actually pretty excited to play through Minish Cap again for some reason. I always thought it would be boring because I kind of remember what the game was like. Like, there's a forest temple, and there's a volcano, and there's an air temple. Like, I remember too much about the game because I enjoyed it so much as a kid. I shouldn't even remind myself what's in it. I shouldn't have done that, but... But for some reason, I think it's going to be fun because I played so many other Link to the Past or games that are like Link to the Past.
Easier to not do that.
that playing that game again would just be fun at this point, I think. Experiencing like another decent top-down Zelda game sounds like my cup of tea right now. I always like watching this part of the run. I gotta start opening doors like that. Holy trolley! I don't even know that could happen. Yeah, that little spam thing he did right there, it looks easy, but when you're doing it, it's, for some reason, it's like the scariest shit ever. You don't know if the chomps are gonna early chain chomp on you. That you don't know if they're gonna block your fucking block shot. You don't know if they're gonna... If you're gonna slightly mistime it and it's not gonna work and you're not gonna be invincible and then you're gonna die and lose the whole run. Like, that's why I always like watching that, because it's like, I do it in runs, but I don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? I'm just YOLOing and getting lucky. I never really practiced it since back in the day, like 9 years ago. And I don't even know if I was good at it back then. I can't remember. It's just like little shit like that. Good players will make it look like it's just like, oh, just a walk in the park, you know? But anyone who's not one of those good players is fumbling and stumbling, you know? That's why I don't like people who only watch like the best speed run of shit and they like that's okay a little bit. But I feel like you're just missing out on the true glory of speedrunning if you don't like actually speedrun something yourself and really get to know how hard every step of the way is and stuff like that, you know what I mean? That's how I feel like with Ocarina of Time. Like, why even watch some of that shit without doing it some of it myself, you know what I mean? It's not going to be as entertaining. I'm not going to appreciate the shit that they're doing. It's like, oh, that's cool. It's like the old 2009 YouTube mindset. Like, oh, look what these guys are doing. But you like don't actually go any deeper than that. Because you're like a stupid little kid sucking in videos every day. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's how I feel about that shit. Like me not having even done a normal like hour-long speedrun of Super Mario 64, you know? Like, that's fucking pathetic. I'm a fucking disgrace for that one, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the perfect douche to go do some speedruns of Super Mario 64 and beat every girl's time on the planet besides, like, 2 girls, you know? I'm the perfect douche for that. Get number 400 on the leaderboard. Let's go, baby. I'm the 400th best speedrunner at this game. That's perfect for me, you know? Yo, he grabbed that freaking magic pot with some swag on it. How do you just pick up a random item and then make it look swaggy, you know? That's the type of shit that, like, people who don't play the game don't appreciate, you know? I guess their way of doing that quick kill is better than mine. I feel like mine is easier though, and more consistent, and it's almost as it's only like 5 frames or like 2 frames slower or something. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I thought the same thing back in the day too, because I've seen these guys mess that one up a bunch, like more than I mess up mine, and these are like players who are better than me, so. Yeah, but hey, they're the ones doing it in runs, I guess. I've done that version of the quick kill before on accident, but I always just did my version because I randomly did it when I was learning the game, and then I just stuck with it. I don't know, because it worked and it was pretty fast, and it seemed like I could do it most of the time without too much trouble. And I seen other people, good players in their runs, were fucking it up and losing like 4 or 5 seconds And I'm just like, I never messed that up once. Not that I was like super good. It was just like, sometimes you like hone in on a trick really good, you know? Like some people are good at certain things. Like I was shit at the bomb jump. I was so shit at the bomb jump back in the day. Like there was like a 90% chance if I was on a good run that I was going to fuck up the bomb jump. You know what I mean? And now it's like, when's the last time I fucked up a bomb jump? I don't even remember. I get it if it's the last frame and the last pixel of the last universe or the last moment of my life, I'll get the fucking bomb jump, you know?
Yeah, the last split was fine.
And I'm still shit at it, but that's how much better I got, you know? The dogs are rumpling. I think it's about time I gotta go see my ruse. See, I don't do some of these menus right still, too. I probably get missing like 10 seconds in my run just to like menu bullshit that I never practice. Opening up the menu extra times because I haven't like picked a good spot to actually do the menu, so I just kind of do it in a random spot every time. And then sometimes it's kind of like good to like save your menu for different things. It's kind of weird. Depending on how you feel. Kind of sucks with my last run. Like I did all the big shit right, but I made a lot of dumbass little mistakes that I probably usually don't. Yeah, I don't. Like that warp skip and the torch room and stuff like that. And Ganon's tower. That's the price you pay to get all those golds. And to do, you know, to do your best ever before. Sometimes you're going to fuck up some weird shit, I think. Just part of the game. I hate this fucking fight. Maybe one day it'll be easy. I know it's easier on controller, but it's not that much easier. I just can't get that fight down. It's like something different happens every time, but I don't know why, you know? The fucking damn ice. And I still suck at, like, this room can be done so much better, but I refuse to, like, learn it. Like, he's saving, like, 5 seconds there. And I could at least save, like, 2 or 3 of those seconds if I even just tried to learn it. How he does it, you know? Same thing with those mimics. A lot of these good players do this strat. I don't know if that strat's better. Must be better somehow. Looks fucking hard, though. Especially on box. Like, turning around and shooting that arrow doesn't seem that hard on a controller, but it feels... For me, like, doing it perfectly on the box would be kind of hard. Like, you would probably be a little bit off every time you did it. Or most of the time. I gotta learn some of the shit like that, too. Like, that's not even that hard, you just need to go for it.
I guess. Not really slow, though.
We don't split at the same time, but there must be a lot of time to save in Ganon's tower that I'm just missing. I gotta start flaming on these fucking landmalas, even if I have to pick up magic. I don't know what I'm doing. It's not that hard to at least do what he just did right there. Like, that's not too slow. It's not ideal, but it's not... You're not getting a shit time on the whole tower because of it. I suck in this room. There's so many rooms that I'm just, like, guessing in. I'm not even good in them. Suck in this room here, too. And apparently I'm trash in the torch room. I thought I was good at it, but I was just doing it the slow way, so it was easier. I didn't even remember you could do this fast way he's about to do right now, I bet. He makes it look so fucking easy, bro. And he hits the dash. And he doesn't even pick up the extra magic. Because he knows he's gonna not fuck up anything. Damn. And that's what I needed in my run right there, like. That shit would have been... That run would have been gas for me if I hit that shit. Everything he just did in the last, like, minute. This is where I didn't get the time save I could have got. Like, I don't do that either. Oh, well, I need that magic, so never mind. Okay, I think I ate up enough time jabbering on. I want to play some games and, like, actually get some stuff moving here. Moving and grooving. So I'm gonna do a little workout, take a shower, make a smoothie. And get ready for, the new controller. Probably set up my camera and stuff so I can get some shots of it at least, pictures and little video clips of it.
I don't like this either. That was wrong. That would have been a super hard pattern.
I think I'm more excited for this controller than I've ever been for any other controller. And I loved all of my other controllers. The Elite controllers, the Switch Pro controllers, the 8-bit Do controller is fun. My keyboard, my mouse, the Azeron I used to have, the PS4 controller I bought.
Still a hard pattern.
The box controller was great. The Smashbox controller was shit. But could have been good if I didn't buy it from some idiot.
The bonk in the bottom of the wall isn't even that slow.
But out of all of them, like, I don't know. This bubble box just seemed like the perfect fit for me. It's like exactly what I wanted for 2D retro speedrunning and stuff. And indie games, so.
I do it in local.
And now I like don't have to worry about like if one of my box controllers break down, then I like won't have a box controller, so I'll have two. So I don't really got to worry about that either. Especially with these like USB-C is great, but when they mount them into these box controllers, they like it's not fortified at all. So they're like the flimsiest thing. Even USB-C is like I could break this so easily without even trying, you know? It could just get caught on something when I'm pulling it up one time and it would break and snap. Like USB-C is great compared to micro, but it's still like you put it on a big box controller with like a wiggly fucking port, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're breaking something that we consider to be pretty strong, I guess, or pretty hard to break, I guess. The other thing I'm kind of worried about is how that new controller is going to work with if it's going to like clash with the firmware of the box controller for some reason. Hopefully it won't, but I know some of those like those like Brookboard style controllers all like use the same type of shit, and I don't know. Hopefully nothing like weird happens there.
Ever hear the music stop?
Because I really don't want to uninstall drivers for like one of them or some weird shit like that, you know?
Yeah, I never thought of that. Only 124. Back half of the run was a lot better than the front half.
I'm not sure what the next sort of controller I would get though down the road, maybe 6 months or a year from now or something. Maybe like one of those little mix boxes or a keyboard or a little mini keyboard.
Yeah, I get a 7 flat.
Controller. One of those like little keyboard mix boxes. Maybe I would upgrade my box controller to better buttons, better switches. Or maybe build my own. That's probably build my own, but
I have to respond to Ari. He messaged me about scheduling.
I might end up getting some other shit too. There's a lot of cool options out there. A lot of the sellers though on Etsy like come and go, that's the thing. So you like feel pressured to like buy something that you like now because it might not be available down the road.
Guess I don't need to record it
Like there was a all wooden smash box that I was about to smash.
17 times.
Smash the buy button on.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Just like you should smash the like button. No, I'm just kidding. Don't ever press my like buttons. Press the dislike button. That's the one I like to get mad about. When some douche presses the dislike button. Just go press that one for me, eh? Get me Jones and raging, rolling. Mad. No, I think that's pretty much it for today. I don't think I'm going to do a commentary for a while. Probably have fun on my new controller for a while, and then down the road I'll talk to you guys about it or something. Make some kind of review video or whatever I decide to make. But I got a lot of Halo videos coming out. I just put out one today, and I have one that's like 4 hours long that's about to be ready to start rendering, so that'll be up within a week. Or at least uploaded within a week. And then I'll be going from there, so. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but I'm probably gonna, by the end of this year, have like 50 hours of Halo montage video type shit up there. Halo highlights and montages. My goal is to have more Halo clips on YouTube than anybody else all of a sudden. Go from a guy who like never really uploaded his clips to somebody who uploaded every single clip and got more than almost any other person. That's basically low-key my goal. I know my computer isn't the best, but like having grown up with like through the age of shitty computers, like it's fun to like actually be able to render some shit, some fancy shit fast. I don't know. It just feels fucking, it feels like you're on a powerful motorcycle or something. Except for nerds. And you just like, even though the gigawatts enter your brain, it's like, you're like in the movie Back to the Future or something. Or Flubber, I don't know. You're like overloaded with goo. Because you just like picture like, damn, what's going to happen when I upgrade to the next like crazy ass computer eventually? I'm going to be able to render like 4K, like it's 720p or some shit. It's going to fly through an hour of footage instantly. When you're actually a video creator, it's kind of fun.
I love Zelda.
I remember like not caring at all like about how long it took to render and stuff when I was younger. Kind of had to because it was shit back then, but you know what I mean. It was like I didn't really care because it was like at least I had it. Now that I render shit all the time and I have for years, it's like
Hopefully this run has
part of me really wants something fast. I want to see how fast it can get. You know what I mean?
better than the last
I want a fucking i9
20.
fused with a Ryzen 9 fused with a fucking
Didn't fuck up half the dark world.
crazy ass super airflow case, and I want the best of the fucking best. And then once it gets better, I want to throw that computer in the garbage and buy a whole new fucking one. That's where I'm at. I want to constantly be playing on the newest and the best piece of hardware that was ever invented. Years of malnutrition when it comes to me having a good computer have contributed to this. I really like my computer though. I want to give it away to my sister or something. I wish I could just manifest some money for myself, or like find something that would work out for myself for a little bit and then buy a nice computer and then send this one over to my sister whenever she needs it. It's a nice little PC. I would probably be happy with my ohms. I almost said ohms. With my mom's Like if I had to, her dining room desktop that we got. I don't know, what do you call it? The family computer? When we first got that thing, I didn't even realize it was a gaming PC. I would have been happier about it if I knew what the fuck was there. I must have been a fucking idiot with computers at that point, I don't know. Or maybe I was just out of the game. Didn't care about computers at all, I don't know.
Thank you for the sub, HP man. Appreciated. I even remembered to turn on the CC. I think I did. I think it's on.
Ideally, though, I would have like $550 and I would build my nephew a PC, and then I would get to spend 1,500 on my own, or like 1,800. I don't exactly know how much I would need.
That wasn't super good, but maybe this one will be better.
But yeah, that's just all fantasy land. I don't actually need all that shit. It's fun to fantasize about. Because one day I'm gonna have some banging ass PC that blows this one out of the water. It's gonna be sick. And this PC blows my last PC out of the water. My last PC was fucking trash compared to this PC.
Yeah, maybe.
And the PC I had before that was fucking trash. I could just keep going, but that's actually how it is, though. For a guy who likes video games his whole life, you'd think I would care more about... I even, like, had plenty of money at some points to buy, like, a ridiculous computer. I just never did for some reason. Wasted it all on Taco Bell and McDonald's. God damn it. When you're fucking young and 20-something, or, like, in your late teens, Taco Bell just hits different. Especially if you were raised 10 years ago, because... nothing slaps more than $1 Frito burrito with extra beans, man. Extra beans and extra cheese. Shit, it was cheap and it was fucking delicious. And it, like, didn't have the worst ingredients either. I miss the good old Taco Bell with the family days and, like, Taco Bell with the friends sort of days. It's all about Taco Bell, my man. If I could have my... oh, this is a fun topic. If I could have, like, my ideal, like, West Bend, that's the city near us. If I could have, like, my ideal big city meal right now, that would just be, like, everything stupid that I would randomly get. I would get, like, 2 crunchy tacos from Taco Bell with no sour cream, because that's disgusting. And I would get mozzarella sticks from Arby's. And then I would get either nacho fries from Taco Bell or Arby's fries or something. And then I would get like a Frosty from Wendy's with a couple chicken nuggets that we split with me and some other douchebag. And then
it's okay, I guess.
Like one slice of like Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza for the fridge later, and then like a slice of fucking Papa Murphy's. And fuck a slice of fucking Papa John's too, just because I haven't tried that pizza. I want to review it and see if it's trash. And that would probably be my ideal douchebag meal in the city right now. Oh, and just on top, if I could get one more thing, it would be Chinatown. I'd get General Tso's or sesame chicken from Chinatown. And like 2 servings of it too, like a super fat boy. That would be my fat boy dream. That's my last meal after I murder somebody. Super fat boy dream. I'm gonna call this video that for some reason. I don't even think there's anything else I would want. Like that would be too delicious for the taste buds. But you would never be able to eat all of that fresh at one restaurant because the restaurants haven't fused together yet. It's not the year 2040. And the Terminator hasn't returned from the past.
That was the legend of pumping. We don't even pump that much. It's only when we're walking or on stairs.
Legend of pumping? It's only all the time. Besides when we dash, which is also all the time.
On the red drop. It's
0 divided by 0 is infinity, idiot. The movement on this screen always surprises me. There's like some trick to that. I don't know exactly what's going on right there. But I just copy him now. It's the best way to do shit anyway. Copy them and you manage to somehow squeeze a couple seconds out of your run all of a sudden. When you nail all the shit once. You don't always see the performance gains instantly. Because you're making slight mistakes trying the new movement strategies and stuff.
My D-pad's starting to feel like mashed potato.
D-pads are mash and mush. And mushed up mashed potatoes, indeed. Was that what he just did there even worth it? That did not look worth it, whatever the risk he was taking there. These top players are YOLO freaks, bro. Pumping's a shitty mechanic. I wish it worked better. I wish it, like, actually went a little faster and was like a mechanic, not something that was, like, jankily found out in the game.
That way you just have to focus on good movement, not aiming your D-pad. I think that would be a lot more fun.
I need fucking 12 mozzarella sticks right the fuck now, though, you know? I'm like the mozzarella stick man, the mozzarella stick boy, the mozzarella stick kid. I'm the mozzarella stick dude, and I haven't had mozzarella sticks in like 4 years or some shit. Like, I'm about to keel over if I don't get 15 mozzarella sticks and a fat pack of marinara sauce. I'm gonna have to beg somebody for that this month. That's where I'm at.
Oh my god, I got lucky.
I want some mozzarellas. I don't even remember what a good mozzarella stick tastes like. It's been so long. I've been eating too much other garbage food. I need to eat that garbage food. Alright. I've dilly-dallied long enough. I'm headed out, guys. Thanks for tuning in to my goofy Link to the Past inspired commentary. I'm gonna go check up on my dogs and my doges and get a smoothie and do some stuff.
Leave me alone, Mr. Skeleton. Jesus.
And I'll see you guys down the road for some more speedruns and some more gameplays. Catch you guys later.
Good gold. Good gold. Oh, of course. Das Gold! And now shout out to Tim for the strat. I saw it when you did it and it's easy enough to copy. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Could you go into the teleport? And now I can dash. Thank you. At least something. That was too fast. When you're too fast, then you have to wait a little while before you rush into the energy. That's it. Magic. Don't need magic. Also, I have to say, I'm as curious as Satos about why don't you dash out of this room normally? Because dashing seems good. No. And it's far enough. But I never see someone dashing out there. Yeah, that's often the case. May look better than this. Oh, it's because the challenge most of the time, probably, yeah. That makes sense. Also this room, I got good RNG, but I hate this room when the water bubble like hits you from behind. Oh, I'm an idiot. I did not dash or anything. Wow. Look how perfectly I avoided stalemate and I hit the switch. That was beautiful, right? Beautiful. Oh, this time. fuck. This is also golden memory. Mine. Pass. I can live with that. Swing. I always get good energy on that last couple. I know you can hide behind the beam also, so go to the bottom left or so. But it's always pretty easy for me. Probably. Wow. Good challenge. Nice. Nice. And I have one bomb, that means this is the first time ever I can use fire rod in the dark room for a switch. And no auto. Ouch. Oh, rather bonking than taking damage. No auto menu to the power anymore. Yo, Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. too far to the right, I think. Pink goes behind. I'm sorry. It looked like a T. Thanks for the good luck, dude. Where you going? Yeah, that's crazy, right? Oopsie. Well, first time ever in my life, of course. Rip time save on the refill. Yo, release, thanks for the host. Don't do that. Don't fall in there. Good enough. Good enough. Thanks for the luck at least. Yeah, peak line. I speedrun Bubble Fight 3. I know what you're talking about. I like those two. Like the next speedrun I will learn is Lucia too. Also another RPG. That's the right reaction. I like that reaction. Igulin. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, come on, dudes. Ay. Well, that were not very lucky squirrel patterns for me. Legend of the Guy, oh damn. I played that game when I was young. Go away. Nice. Boom. Okay, Turtle Rock, we're fine. Oh, fuck me. Ah, it still works. Thank you. Gave me everything. So Hollywood. What are these Ollie charges sometimes? I don't get them. Well, brick beams. Yo, Stu, completely done for the day. That's not good. Give me that ammo. Thank you. Even though I don't need the ammo, actually. Could have realized that earlier. Oh my god, that's bad. They do so much damage. There's no ferry up anymore. Ouch. Okay. One more fail and I'm done. Thank you for the feedback. I need it now, really. Don't fuck up this room. I need got a lot. Yeah, I was watching SDQ2 earlier today. I was watching Bow's run. Like right before was don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, Resident Evil, right. Oh man. Oh my god. Wait. Oh. I forgot. Oh yeah, like that. Oh, running chest. Oh my god, I lost so much time there. But I saw the Pokey coming up on me there in my charge direction, and I was like, what the fuck? Had to interrupt the charge. Well, it worked, but it was a bit wonky. Wonky! Thank you. One more. I need someone else. Stu is always like he's always trolling himself. He always tells people shit. So they play bad and they feel bad, right, Stu? I make this game look easy. You should watch good runners. Yo, boot, 1P. Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Oh my god, I lose time here. Why? What's my thingy here really so good? You rock, maybe. That was probably not. But I thought, oh my god, I'm too low. That looks dumb.